Kahala Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAH. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth, who rule well, as it is written in what is it, James, 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 17. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is Montazah Lacham. I just heard through the grapevine, well, if you want to call it the grapevine, the Brotherhood of Great Millstone, Elder Yashawamba down in Dallas, Texas, the brother Montazah Doc, and the brother Karawatazah up in Vegas, saying that Tazariak is talking shit out the side of his neck again about John the Baptist not being in the truth. Okay, now I ain't even been in the truth that long. And that was one of the first stories I read when I first came into the truth. I came into the truth behind Tazariak talking shit on John the Baptist. Way back in 2017. When he started talking shit on John the Baptist wasn't in the truth, nigga. I took off. Fuck you, man. I'm going with Great Millstone. Okay? You know? I'm glad I did. Because this motherfucker led people into a ditch, just like YAHAWAHSHI said, by making them take now wait a minute. Now, okay, fair use. This is not medical misinformation. It's a fact. It's all over the internet. This is not medical information. You told, Tazariak told the Israelites that follow after ISUPK, the International School of Universal Practical Knowledge, or whatever the fuck it's called. Okay, that back in 2020, that in order to keep their job, they should take the Satan's piss, the Beetlejuice, right? Lousy motherfuckers. Anyway, I'll get back to this video. Hey, Salaki for that, man. I was busy. Anyway, Salaki. Isaiah chapter 40. Yeah, Tazariak, talking shit out the side of his neck, talking about John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. Okay, and the biblical scriptures in the Old Testament is talking about John the Baptist being a forerunner. For example, let me give you an example. Okay, say for example, you've got a podcast going on, right? And you're hosting the podcast, right? And on that podcast, you're introducing the individual of which the information that you guys are going to bring out on the podcast is the teacher of, or he's the individual that's got all the answers, right? The individual that has the podcast that's on the microphone that introduces this person would be akin to John the Baptist. Say, for example, you have individuals that you're on a concert, right? Or a comedy show or whatever on concert, you have the individual orator that comes out, introduce himself, and then explains who they're introducing next, right? You see that all the time on TV, okay? And then after that person gets to speaking and introduces the person that's going to come on next to entertain you, then he leaves the scene, right? You don't think no more about his ass. It's all about the entertainment and the person that came, right? That he spoke about. Same position John the Baptist was in. Okay? Isaiah chapter 40, verse 2. Speak ye comfortably unto Jerusalem, and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned. For she hath received of the Lord's hand double for all her sins. And that's exactly what's happened to us. We are at the end of our iniquity. Our iniquity is at an end. And Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, goes above and beyond to continue to shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. Okay? Right now. What do you think? I mean, they have planes, cargo planes, dropping Israelites in the middle of the fucking ocean. Okay? Alligator Alcatraz has been flooded by the Most High God in order to stop these devils. Okay? Because it says here, for she hath received of the Lord's hand double for all her sins, that her iniquity is pardoned. Her warfare is accomplished. You see? So we're done. It's time for us to receive the salvation that was promised us by YAHAWAHSHI, right? Esau Edom, the so-called white man, wants to continue to goddamn kill us for nothing. But Tazarkiak wants to tell you that John the Baptist wasn't in the truth in order to try to make other followers behind ISUPK fall into the ditch. This is what he do. Okay, let's go. Let me get my point. Okay, fall into a ditch. Okay. Okay. Right? Luke chapter 6 verse 39. And he spake a parable unto them. Can the blind lead the blind? Shall they not both fall into the ditch? Okay. And Tazariak and ISUPK, General Yohana, all these weirdos, they led their people to take the dragon's piss, the jab, the what do you call it? The what do you call it? The Satan's piss, the Beetlejuice, right? Back in 2020, they were on his podcast asking him, "What should I do in order for me to keep my job? I gotta take the Beetlejuice. What do I need? What can I do? What should I do?" He told him, go on and take it, right? In order to justify, and then threw John the Baptist under the bus, and then said some other bullshit about YAHAWAHSHI HaMashiach when they laid the lame man, the sick man, down in through the ceiling. That YAHAWAHSHI might have gave him a vaccine or gave him some sort of medicine. He didn't give him shit. He just told his ass to get up and take up your bed and walk. That's what he did. And the man got up and walked away. Fuck it, okay? I mean, man, yeah. Tazariak, boy, he's got a lot to pay for, man, telling a goddamn lie like that. Anyway, Isaiah chapter 40, verse 3. The voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Okay? Every valley shall be exalted, and every mountain and hill shall be made low. Right? Now, every hill and mountain are governments, right? And the valley of the shadow of death, where the children of Israel dwell, shall be exalted. Okay? All these mountains and governments that rule over us, they have their neck on our throat, shall be made low. And the crooked shall be made straight, and the rough places plain. The crooked are Esau, Edom, and the nations. They are confederate against the children of Israel in order for them to not know that they are the Israelites, to continue to be uncircumcised. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go over here to find some more proofs. Let's go over here to, hold on, give me the, okay, there we go. All right, let's go over here to Luke chapter 7, verse 30, I think it is. Because this is Tazariak now. But the Pharisees and lawyers rejected the counsel of the Most High against themselves, being not baptized of him. Okay? Verse 29, and all the people that heard him and the publicans justified the Most High, being baptized with the baptism of John. Right? So these scribes and Pharisees, they rejected the kingdom of the Most High. Okay? And here is proof that YAHAWAHSHI HaMashiach said that John the Baptist was the righteous man. Okay. Okay, where was I? I'll start up here. Luke chapter 7, verse 24. And when the messengers of John were departed, he began to speak unto the people concerning John. What went ye out into the wilderness for to see? A reed shaken with the wind? But what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? I mean, then that's 2/3 of our people. They want to see a man clothed in soft raiment, wearing a 3 or 4 piece suit with a tie, all clean shaven. Right? This is what our people go to church to see every Sunday. Behold, they which are gorgeously apparelled and live delicately are in king's courts. But what went ye out for you to see? A prophet? And what does a prophet do? They prophesy. What does prophesy mean by definition? It means to say before it happens. That's all prophecy means. You say a thing and then it happens. That's all it is. Okay? Yep, I say unto you, and much more than a prophet. This is he of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee. Right? Didn't I just read that in Isaiah chapter? Well, let's go back. Okay? Come on. Come on, thing. Isaiah. Let's go back to Isaiah 40. I just showed you, didn't I? Isaiah chapter 40, verse 3. The voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord. Make straight in the desert a highway for our power, our God. Listen, it's the voice of someone shouting, clear the way through the wilderness for the Lord. Make a straight highway through the wasteland for our God. Right? Okay, now let's go back to Luke 7. Where was we at? Was that 24? Nope. Verse 27. This is he of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, and the messenger is John the Baptist, which shall prepare thy way before thee. Right? This is the Most High God, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, speaking through his prophet, the prophet Isaiah, man. Okay? For I say unto you, among those that are born of women, there is not a greater prophet than John the Baptist. This is in red letter. YAHAWAHSHI HaMashiach, the person that Tazariah calls Christ, that he has so much respect for, when he truly knows the name of the Son of the Most High. He knows his name is YAHAWAHSHI, but I don't know what's up with this Christ shit. I'm thinking they took the bag. But anyway, for I say unto you, among those that are born of women, there is not a greater prophet than John the Baptist. But he that is least in the kingdom of God is greater than he. Right? So that's proof that the Most High, his only begotten Son, YAHAWAHSHI HaMashiach, give John the Baptist props as a prophet in the truth. Okay? Verse 28, NLT. I tell you, of all who have ever lived, none is greater than John. Yet even the least person in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And the only reason why you would be greater than John the Baptist is because our bodies will be changed from corruption to incorruption and from mortal to immortality. Thus will the saying be written, death is swallowed up in victory. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 52 to 54. As a matter of fact, let's go get it. What the hell? Why not? You know? Oh, let's go get it. Oh, man, come on, man. It stinks. See? Goddamn Satan, boy. You know, lousy motherfucker. Okay. 1 Corinthians chapter 15. Oh, hold on. Yep. Verse 52 through 54. I was right. Okay. For in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall all be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? Right? See? So, like I said before, and then, now let's go over here to Matthew. Salakia. Let's shut the door. You know, old lady in there taking care of bills and shit. You know how it works. You know, we're slaves. We got to work every day to give all of our toil to an Edomite. Right? So, from getting back to the point, Tazariak is saying John the Baptist wasn't in the truth because he didn't believe and didn't follow YAHAWAHSHI HaMashiach. Okay? This is the video I saw on Elder Yashawamba just a few minutes ago. I'm like, what the fuck? This nigga still talking shit on John the Baptist, man? You know, come on, man. The only reason why I came into the truth, okay, in order to find out the truth of the biblical scriptures through Great Millstone is because of this Tazariak motherfucker. I received salvation from YAHAWAHSHI HaMashiach and believeth on his name because of this idiot that said that John the Baptist, okay, that John the Baptist was not in the truth. That was the first video I ever made, man, and put it on the internet. That's when I went by the title of Bachiyar Amana. Okay? Bachiyar Amana. Bachiyar means elect. Amana means indeed. Okay? And they've since taken those channels down and took all of them videos down. Okay? But, you know, because I was coming in at the time, they didn't say anything about medical misinformation. I was telling everybody about the vaccine, or this is not medical misinformation. Fair use, fair use. This is for educational commentary, news reporting, okay? Educational purposes only. That's it, okay? YouTube algorithm, whatever the fuck, Plantier, GPT, Grok, whatever you are, you know, you retarded, you whatever, okay? Anyway, Matthew chapter 11, verse 1. And it came to pass when YAHAWAHSHI had made an end to commanding his 12 disciples, he departed thence to teach and to preach in their cities. And now when John had heard in the prison the works of Hamashiach, he sent 2 of his disciples. And unto him and said unto him, Art thou he that should come, or do we look for another? This is what Tazariak was talking shit about, saying that John the Baptist didn't follow YAHAWAHSHI. John the Baptist is a forerunner for YAHAWAHSHI to make his way straight. In other words, to soften the people's mind and their hearts to receive another individual. That's the reason why John the Baptist was preaching another will come, okay, who's latching on his shoe. I'm unworthy to unloose, okay? And he started baptizing people in the River Jordan concerning this individual. So John the Baptist had sealed by water baptism those individuals that were to believe in the future of the coming of YAHAWAHSHI HaMashiach, of whom John the Baptist was preaching about. He was also preaching against Herod having sex with his brother's wife. That's the reason why he was in prison in the goddamn first place. Okay? You know? And, you know, Herod was, I think that was part of the, I forget, the Lysimaic, the Seleucid Empire through Antiochus Epiphanes. Okay? Okay, after the death of Alexander the Great, the Edomites just came in and just swarmed and just took over most of everything. Okay, but anyway, let's not go into all of that. I need to get that down pat, and then I'll make a lesson on it. But anyway, where was I at? And YAHAWAHSHI answered and said unto them, Go and show again those things which ye do hear and see. The blind receive their sight, and the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear, the dead are raised up, and the poor have the gospel preached to them. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. John the Baptist was not offended. Okay, he just wanted to know, are you the one that we're supposed to look for, or another? A lot of people don't get it. If you go back into the book of Luke and into the book of Matthew, you'll find out that Elizabeth, the mother of John the Baptist, right, and Zechariah was the Levite high priest at that time, okay, the father of John the Baptist. Okay, so they clearly had to have a conjugal visit, okay, some sort of intersexual relationship as husband and wife in order to create John the Baptist. Okay, I mean, you know what I'm saying? But the scribes and Pharisees came against YAHAWAHSHI. I'm gonna try to get that story in a minute. Saying John the Baptist was the Holy Spirit given to him from was the Holy Spirit and the whatever it was. I'll talk to it. I'll get it later. But anyway, because I get confused. So many biblical scriptures pop in my head, and then I can't decipher them. There's too many. Anyway, because the Bible is a beautiful book to me. That's beside the point. And as they departed, Yahawashi began to say unto the multitudes concerning John, what ye went out to see in the wilderness to see, a reed shaken in the wind? We just read that in Luke, right? But what went ye out for you to see? A man clothed in soft raiment. Like I said before, our people, long as you wearing a three-piece suit, because our people, they believe that, that having riches is next to godliness, right? I mean, if you rich, if you got money, if you dress sharp, you got you a brand new Cadillac, a brand new BMW, or whatever have you, and you the pastor in the church, oh shit, you must be a man of God because you got it going on. Real shit. Gain is godliness, right? And this is where our people get messed up at. Gain is right. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 5. Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, right? And a perverse disputing of men of a corrupt mind is Tazariot talking about John the Baptist ain't in the truth. What the fuck? John the Baptist and YAHAWAHSHI, and the point I was trying to get to, were first cousins. Elizabeth was the aunt of Miriam, the mother of YAHAWAHSHI. Okay? John the Baptist was born 6 months before YAHAWAHSHI was. Okay? Is anybody paying attention to the chronology or the chronological order of John the Baptist came first, why he was the forerunner? It's a family affair. This is a bloodline inheritance of Israelites. Okay? Does nobody gives a shit? I don't know. But like I said before, Miriam comes from the bloodline of Elizabeth. Elizabeth was Miriam's auntie. So that means Zechariah, John the Baptist's father, was her uncle. Right? Okay? I mean, what the fuck, man? You guys, man. So Miriam was a righteous woman from the tribe of Levi. YAHAWAHSHI's mother. Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, my brain, you melted. Okay? I think about these things. Okay? Anyway. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 5, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness, from such withdraw thyself. Okay? And our people, they think gain is godliness. So when YAHAWAHSHI said, a man clothed in soft raiment, our people were going out to individuals that had long phylacteries, the scribes and the Pharisees. They're rich because the temple or the tabernacle at that time, okay, was like the banking institution for the Israelites. You need a loan, you go to the church. You need to borrow some money, go to the church. Okay, you need to deposit some money, you give your 10% of your earnings to the church, whether it be money or it be cows, sheep, clothing, whatever you had. Okay? Same thing with the Catholic Church nowadays. They just took it and twisted it and forced you to stop bringing all the animals. Just bring the money. Just bring the gold. Just bring the diamonds. Just bring all the pretties. Ooh, pretty. Right? This is the ridiculousness of our 2/3 of our people and why they have to be destroyed, because they refuse to come away from the madness. And then you have teachers, perverse teachers, men of corrupt minds, like this Tazariak individual. Okay? Will not the blind leadeth the blind? Will they both not fall into a ditch? And Tazariak led all of these people to take the Beetlejuice. Okay? Now, they have a time limit on how far they're going to live. 5 years. 8 years max from the time that they took it. So within the next 2 or 3 years, more of the individuals that took the jab or took the, the Beetlejuice is what we call it, okay, are going to fall in. They're stuck in a ditch. They can't get out. They can't go back. They can't take it out of their system now. You see the ditch now? You get it? Okay, anyway. Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in kings' houses. But what would ye out to see? A prophet? Yep, I say unto you more than a prophet. For this is he of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there hath not been risen a greater than John the Baptist. These words are written in red letter, man. YAHAWAHSHI, the person you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, said this with his own mouth. Okay? He gave straight props to John the Baptist. So how can you say that John the Baptist ain't in the truth? What the actual fuck? Okay? I mean, this Cesariac motherfucker, yeah, I had to defend John the Baptist years ago. I'll defend John the Baptist quick. I come from the Baptist church. Fuck you. Yep, I'm going to defend him real quick. When I heard this, I had to make a video, man. I ain't even got out the bed good. No, what? Because that's the first thing I do is I get on and start listening to the brothers and see what I missed when I wake up in the morning. You know, it's a habit now. Okay, so anyway, man, I went for the miss this and this Cesariac motherfucker. He's always had shit in his mouth on John the Baptist since I first ran into this monkey. You know, over there at ISUPK. You know, now he's got troops marching around in circles and taking a face full of pepper spray. Like this is going to save them from a drone that can attack them from a mile up they never see coming. Or goddamn robot dogs with 50 caliber submachine guns that are bulletproof, okay, with hollow point ammunition coming out at 9,000 feet per second. Passing through every goddamn thing, the cars, the trucks and everything, and them too. Oh, marching around in circles and getting in shape there? Really? That's really going to save them? Retarded ass monkey. Anyway, notwithstanding, that which is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. For from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. The kingdom of heaven are the Most High's inheritance, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, the glory, the covenants, the giving of the law, the services of the Most High, and the promises. So all the preaching, okay, the adoption to be grafted back in as Israelites, all belong to the Israelites. It doesn't belong to all of the goddamn heathen nations. You see, you have a circumcision and you have an uncircumcision. The circumcision are the Israelites, individuals like the scribes and Pharisees, and other individuals that the scribes and Pharisees ruled over at that time that were raised in the Israelite customs of fearing the Most High and keeping his commandments and keeping the Sabbath. Okay? Staying away from unclean foods. Okay? These was the practice of Israelites at that time. The best of their ability, of course. Of course, they failed all the time, of course, right? Then you had the uncircumcision. Paul the Apostle and Barnabas were sent to them. Okay, and the uncircumcision were the dispersed. Let's get it. John chapter 7. Alrighty, let's see, verse 35. Yep. John chapter 7, verse 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? Okay, let's go get this word dispersed, right? The dispersed. Diaspora, right?
Strong's G1290. Diaspora. Diaspora.
A scattering, dispersion of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations, right? Okay. Dispersion, i.e. specially and concretely the converted Israelite resident in Gentile countries which are scattered abroad. See, so the Trinity and God loves everybody bullshit is cut immediately. Let's go cut it up some more. Hold on. Let's go get 1 Peter chapter 1, right? Peter, an apostle of YAHAWAHSHI HaMashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia, elect according to the foreknowledge of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHWAHSHI, the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit, the Rahawah Kakwadash, unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of YAHAWAHSHI HaMashiach. Grace be unto you, and peace be multiplied. Not unto all nations. Those strangers scattered. Okay? The reason why they're strangers is because they're uncircumcised, meaning they're uncircumcised in mind, heart, and body. They were raised being dispersed, Israelite foreigners scattered abroad amongst foreign nations. We just read the definition of the dispersed. Now you understand the difference between circumcision, those that practice the way of being Israelites, and people that did not have a clue that their bloodline goes back to Israelites, of which we were. We were part of the uncircumcision. But the grace and mercy of Yahweh afforded us by Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, to send us again in these last days prophets to explain these things to us, so this way we would be able to discern the difference between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not. And Tazariah clearly does not serve the Most High. Okay? Because why would you lead your people into a ditch to take a goddamn Beetlejuice jab that was genetically designed to kill them as Israelites? Tom, Dick, and Harry, Willie Lunchmeat, Sam Salchik, and Joe Sixpack, who happen to be Edomites, it doesn't affect them at all. But us, it puts our dick in the dirt. Did not the blind lead the blind into the ditch? That's what I meant by that. Now, let's go back to, was that James 1:1? I don't know. I think it's 5:1. Right. James 1:1. A servant of Yahweh and of the Lord YAHAWAHSHI HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Okay, scattered abroad. Greeting. Scattered abroad. Scattered abroad. Diaspora.
Strong's G1290. Diaspora. Diaspora.
A scattering, a dispersion of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations. Dispersion, i.e., especially and concretely the converted Israelite resident in Gentile countries which are scattered abroad. Israelite resident in Gentile countries which are scattered abroad. Scattered abroad. 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Okay? These are the uncircumcised. Okay? Anyway, let's go back. Where was I at? I was at Matthew 11, wasn't I? Boom. Okay? And this is YAHAWAHSHI's tribute to John. It was a tribute to John. So if the Son of the Most High advocates for your benefit, that's salvation in itself. How in the fuck this lunatic saying, okay, who was clearly is a corrupt-minded individual, okay? Completely goddamn corrupt. Talking shit out the side of his neck that John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. When his job was a forerunner for YAHAWAHSHI. That was his job. That's his career, man. Okay? That was his whole job, wasn't it? Man. What the fuck? Hold on. Where's another one? Where's it at? Hold on. Old Testament. Let's go to Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children. Okay? Did not. Okay? If you can receive it, like YAHAWAHSHI said, Elias, which is Elijah, is John the Baptist. Let's get that too, man. Let's get it. Might as well. Okay. Elias. Boom. Okay. Matthew chapter 11. Where I was at, right? All right. Now let's go back up here. Verse 8. Matthew chapter 11, verse 8. But what ye went for ye out to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in kings' houses. But what went ye out for you to see? A prophet? Yeah, I say unto you more than a prophet. For this is he of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee. We just proved that in Isaiah chapter 40, verse 3, right? Make straight the way of the Lord, right? Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there hath not risen a greater than John the Baptist, notwithstanding that he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven, which are the Israelites, suffer the violence. And we've been suffering violence even back then, 2,000 years ago. To this day, we've been suffering violence, hanging us from a tree, burning us at the stake, throwing us out the back of a goddamn cargo plane over the Atlantic Ocean. And when you couldn't feed us during the transatlantic slave trade, they'd throw our bodies over the ocean, over into the ocean. You see what I'm saying? Because there was not enough food to go around. The food that they did feed us, because they ran out of food, they had an overstock of rice. Pregnant women that died at childbirth, they would take the baby and chop it up and cut the baby's meat off of the little bone, fry it up and put it and saute it on the rice and feed it to the slaves that were still alive, and throw whatever the refuse overboard. Why do you think along that airway that what do you call it? Those cargo planes dropping the Israelite, Latino Mexicans and Hispanic Mexicans and immigrants that have been chained and shackled and beaten, that are washing up on the shores of all of these different countries now. Okay? Which is proof that they're throwing people out of planes over the Atlantic fucking Ocean. Okay? The Pacific Ocean. That's, wow, that is wicked. Okay? That is wicked, man. Okay? And, all the sharks, they follow, picking up all of this flesh that's falling into the ocean so they got something to eat. Okay? Real talk. Verse 14 of 13, Salakia. The kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent taketh it by force. For all the prophets in the law prophesied until John. And if ye will receive it, this is Elias, for which was for to come. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. See? Where was I at? Boom, 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 boom. Right. Matthew. Yeah. I was at, take it back. Nope. I was at Old Testament, Malachi 4 and 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers of the children to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers. And that's what John was doing by baptizing the people in the River Jordan. He was turning the hearts of the children back to the fathers. Our fathers are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, having them as uncircumcised to practice circumcision and the ways of circumcision, the ways of their people. So they clearly had to tell John the Baptist that my father is such and such and such from this tribe here. My dad is such and such from this tribe there. So John would preach to them about this individual that's going to baptize them with fire. But until then, I'm going to baptize you with water. And then this is what you do. Fear the Most High God. Keep his commandments to the best of you can. Write it down on parchment. These are the commandments that you keep. And the people practiced it. So you see, the fathers turned the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Right? NLT. Look, I am sending you the prophet Elijah before the great and dreadful day of the Lord arrives. His preaching will turn the heart of fathers to their children, and the hearts of children to their fathers. His preaching, did not John the Baptist go out into the wilderness preaching, yelling, crying aloud, sparing not, saying, make straight the way of the Lord? Okay? Was he not dressed the same way as Elijah the prophet? Okay, with what was it, sheepskin, goatskin clothing? Okay, and had sheepskin belt. Okay, and he ate bees what do you call them? Crickets, grasshoppers, or whatever you call it, and bees honey, and that's all he ate. Elijah did the same thing, man. Remember Elijah in the wilderness when there was a famine in the land? The Most High sent a bird to drop off a loaf of bread. The Most High sent a bird to drop off some meat. Y'all don't remember that shit at all, huh? Okay. Why do you think John the Baptist went off into the desert, man? Because he couldn't deal with the hypocrisy of the scribes and Pharisees. The scribes and Pharisees were supposed to be Levite priests, but they were completely corrupt. So he didn't want any part of that bullshit. He went off into the wilderness where people were to practice preaching, to get to know the Lord better. And that's all he ever did. He ran across somebody, he told him the truth. And he convinced him, he fully persuaded him through the Holy Spirit to be baptized, man. And to be washed mentally and spiritually. Didn't have anything about taking a bath in water. Okay? To go back and keep the law, statutes, and commandments as Israelites. Because before then, they were Israelite foreigners. Okay? We get it now? I'm hoping so. I don't know if y'all got it yet. But anyway, that's it, man. I didn't want to stay on the video too long. I was on there too long on it. Damn. Anyway, I'm sorry. Salakia. Anyway, all praises to the Most High, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAH. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth through rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that have been scattered abroad throughout the four winds of the earth. Shalom.